our benefits to membership people. But right now, it is Friday. We didn't do it last week because we were out at the Taste of Syracuse, but it is time to return to our friend AI Fridays. They're trying to take over the world. AI Fridays is coming back this week. We asked Chat GPT to give us a 5-minute sports talk radio segment on the 10 best athletes in Syracuse University history. The 10 best athletes in Syracuse University history. And here is what happened.
Opening music.
Welcome back to Sports Talk Radio.
Oh, my.
Folks, I'm your host, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
And today we have a special segment lined up for you. We'll be counting down the top 10 Syracuse athletes of all time.
Does this guy know like Pharrell on the bench or something? This is quite a voice.
Now, Syracuse University has a rich sports history.
Yeah, it does.
So narrowing it down to just 10 wasn't easy.
How could you?
But we've managed to compile a list that represents the very best. Let's dive right in.
Let's dive. Let's go. Come on, Mason.
Background music.
At number 10, we have Carmelo Anthony.
Only 10. Oh, my.
Who played basketball for Syracuse from 2000 to 2003.
It's 1,000.
Anthony was a scoring machine, leading the Orange to their first ever COB basketball
That's the NCAA. That's the UNCA
championship in 2003. He went on to have a successful NBA career and became one of the most prolific scorers in the league's history.
I think he forgot the term NBA. Come on, Mason.
Soundbite. Carmelo Anthony drains a three-pointer to win the championship.
These Chat GPT shows are always very well produced. They got extra sound. They got all sorts of things.
Moving on to number 9, we have Ernie Davis.
Only number 9. He won the freaking Heisman.
Who played football for Syracuse in the early 1960s. Davis became the first African-American to win the Heisman Trophy in 1961.
Can't argue with the facts.
His incredible talent and character inspired many, and his legacy still resonates today.
That's true.
Soundbite. Ernie Davis breaks free and scores another touchdown.
Number 8 on our list is Jim Brown.
Jim Brown is number 8 on their list. Chat GPT has 7 better than Jim Brown. 7.
A true legend of the game. Brown played football for Syracuse in the 1950s and went on to become one of the greatest running backs in NFL history.
Can't argue with that.
His combination of speed, power, and agility made him nearly unstoppable on the field.
Where do you get this voice like Mason? It's exciting. It's compelling. It's electric.
Soundbite. Jim Brown bulldozes through the defense for a touchdown.
I don't think Chat GPT is aware of the existence of lacrosse.
Checking in at number 7 is John Wallace, a basketball
So Jim Brown, John Wallace, better.
star who played for Syracuse from 1990 to 1996.
That was 1992 to 1996.
Wallace's athleticism and scoring ability helped lead the Orange to the NCAA championship game in 1996.
What's weird is Mason did not know how to pronounce NCAA earlier, but now does.
His memorable performances and clutch plays are etched in Syracuse basketball lore.
That's true.
Soundbite. John Wallace hits a buzzer beater to send Syracuse to the Final Four.
Not true. That happened in the Sweet 16. Come on, ChatGPT. You gotta get the facts right. Get the facts right.
Next up at number 6, we have Floyd Little.
So just to put this in order, all 344s in there, it was Ernie, then Jim, then Floyd. We love Floyd. He doesn't usually rank number 1 out of those 3.
A football icon who played for Syracuse in the 1960s. Little was a dynamic running back and kick returner.
All true.
Earning All-American honors during his college career.
3 times.
He went on to have a successful NFL career and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The facts are correct there, Mason. Good work.
Soundbite. Floyd Little takes it to the house with an electrifying kickoff return.
He was electrifying.
Into the top 5, we have Donovan McNabb.
We like Donovan.
A football quarterback who led Syracuse to multiple bowl victories in the late 1990s. McNabb's strong arm and ability to make plays with his legs made him a force to be reckoned with.
He was a force to be reckoned with.
He later had a successful career in the NFL, becoming a perennial Pro Bowler.
Soundbite.
Do you think, does Mason like smoke a pack a day or did he swallow some gravel?
Donovan McNabb throws a perfect touchdown pass.
Number 4 on our list is Pearl Washington,
The Pearl.
a basketball standout who played for Syracuse in the 1980s.
That's true.
Washington's flashy style of play and incredible ball handling skills made him a fan favorite.
He
He
was.
was known for his clutch performances and memorable buzzer beaters.
Soundbite. Pearl Washington sinks a deep three-pointer at the buzzer.
I'm going to guess that's the Boston College game they're talking about. Well, just tell us that. It's the Boston College game.
3. We have Dwight Freeney,
Dwight Freeney at 3. Oh, my.
a dominant defensive end who played for Syracuse in the late 1990s.
And early 2000s.
Freeney was a sack machine, wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's you, Michael Vick. He's talking about you.
His speed, agility, and relentless pursuit made him one of the most feared pass rushers of his era.
Pass rushers. This guy's got a little Chris Walken in him.
Soundbite. Dwight Freeney with another bone-crushing sack.
At number 2, we have Jim Boeheim,
Jim Boeheim.
the legend.
Now, this is an athlete's list, but Chat GPT, I think they've mixed in some non-athletic accomplishments to the athletes list here.
Legendary basketball coach who has been at the helm of the Syracuse basketball program since 1976.
Chat GPT's got to get up to date here.
Boeheim's coaching prowess has led the Orange to numerous NCAA tournament appearances, Final for berths, and the 2003 National Championship.
I love the accents on the weird syllables.
His impact on the sport and the Syracuse community is immeasurable.
Soundbite. And Jim Boeheim cuts down the net.
And finally,
All right. Who's one? Who's going to be number 1 here? Jim Brown was 8, mind you. Jim Brown was 8th on the list of best Syracuse athletes of all time.
taking the top spot on our list is Dave Bing,
All
a
right.
basketball great who
We like Dave Bing.
played for Syracuse in the 1960s. Bing's scoring ability and leadership skills propelled the Orange to new heights.
Did Jim Boeheim rig this? Like Dave Bing and Jim Boeheim, 1 and 2. Is Jim Boeheim in charge of ChatGPT?
He went on to have a successful NBA career and was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Soundbite. Dave Bing scores with an incredible acrobatic move.
Well, folks, there you have it, the top 10 Syracuse athletes of all time.
There you have it.
This list represents a diverse range of sports and eras, each
Does it? It represented 2 sports.
leaving an indelible mark on Syracuse sports history.
That's true. They were all, like, there was not a bad person on the list. They were all very good.
Did we miss anyone?
Yes.
Who would you include on your list?
Like Gary Gate,
Join the conversation
Mike Powell,
by calling in or leaving a
Jim Nance,
comment on our social media
Gene Mills,
pages.
anybody female.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on Sports Talk Radio.
Closing music.
Man, I love me some AI Fridays. I'll say this. Now, ChatGPT, it's not like they picked any of the answers. Mello, Ernie Davis, Jim Brown, John Wallace, Floyd Little, Donovan McNabb, Pearl Washington, Dwight Freeney, Jim Boeheim. As an athlete, yeah, okay, but Jim Boeheim, Dave Bing. It's not like any of those were terrible answers. ChatGPT needs to expand its scope. Other sports exist now. Come on, ChatGPT. You're supposed to know everything. Where's Mike Powell? Show me Mike Powell. Jim Brown, number 8. Did they roll a random dice? Jim Brown, the 8th best athlete in the history of Syracuse University. Wow. It's been a hell of an athletic department around here. Jim Brown, number 8. All right. AI Fridays. Love it. Love me some AI Fridays. I think, yeah, I'll be back next week. Why? Can't get enough. Can't get enough of the AI Fridays. Who's going to be the host next week? Mason. Mason, were you going to invite Mason back? Mason's crazy voice there was kind of growing on me by the end. All right, we'll hit a break on this hour brought to you by Burdick BMW. We're back after this with the man who sort of knows. What does he sort of know now? What country does he sort of know things in now? How many countries will be represented this week? Hint, a lot. We're back after this. QSportsTalk.com, ESPN.